Hi, welcome back. No intros, no weather report. We are going straight back to where we left off. Okay, so in Canada, Harry said it was good to be back doing what he was born to do. But how did he get there? True Patriot Love Foundation was founded in June 2009, 16 years ago. It was founded by a group of corporate and community leaders. So, for the first time in 16 years, they thought about inviting Harry. Now, if you believe that, then I'm sorry I cannot help you. Yes, indeed. They were involved in the bidding process, which brought Invictus to Toronto in 2017 and to Whistler in 2025. But they did not invite Harry in 2017 or 2018 to their remembrance event. Why not? Well, one of my clever, knowledgeable subscribers had an idea, and let's say it's an idea based on whispers and her own knowledge of how the law and the royals operate. Now, I hope she's not going to be offended, but I'm going to be a little vague so that I can hopefully keep us both safe. So it has absolutely nothing to do with whether I believe the information or not. I had a letter from attorneys before, and I would rather not get another one. But I'm also not going to keep information I receive from you guys if I think there may be something to it. So apparently, allegedly, all injunctions with regards to information, with regards to Meghan specifically, had been lifted, and apparently, allegedly, the courts had censored Buckingham Palace and shillings. And on top of that, non-residents are not allowed to file these kind of sort of private injunctions in British courts. But, send Harry on an official engagement and tell him to wax lyrical and promote England so that they being king and country, can call him a diplomat. And you know what? A diplomat and his family living abroad can file injunctions, or then king or country can do it on their behalf. So as this person said, it is clear that Charles is doing for Harry what the Queen did for Andrew. Charles and his people know that William has Harry and his wife and children in his sights. So he has limited time to make Harry safe, in inverted commas. Think about this for a minute and a half. Why did all of this happen while William was in Brazil? Because being invited to the True Patriot dinner was not all that happened, is it? Well, in his speech at the dinner, he also thanked Canada for giving him his wife. Okay, but people want to tell us that they are on the edge of divorce. That is one thing I no longer believe until the day it is signed, sealed, and delivered, and Meghan wears her revenge dress to some event. Until then, no. No, it is nothing more than a convenient tale to dish up when they need attention. Having said that, I do think that they can irritate and work on each other's nerves to the point where they may consider murder. But until Meghan has found someone with more money who is also prepared to take her on, this divorce will not happen. Harry may have desires to leave America and return to his old life, but until he is promised a mansion, IPP status, plus 24/7 security, in other words, full royal status again, he will not leave his current life. And it is my opinion that Charles and Harry are working on one of two things. Either they are working at convincing the public that Harry can do everything William can do, and therefore they have to have him back. I mean, it is not coincidence that Harry's visit to Toronto 100% mirrored William's visit to Brazil. Harry's visit to Sunnybrook Veterans Centre in Toronto already had many people really ticked off because it was supposedly very private, and for security reasons, blah, 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 they could not let anyone in, not even the family of the oldest war heroes. But you know who they could let in? Photographers. Anyway, Harry also went on a further visit to the Canadian Royal Navy, where he was taken out on a boat to observe demonstrations from the base's dive team, deck team, weapons display, operations team, and so on and so on. Speaking to personnel in attendance about their role as reservists and civilians, blah, blah, blah. Okay, please, people, these things bore me, and especially when it's done this way, where it's all so fake. But anyway, now I'm begging you, please, please, people, this is a royal visit. And if you weren't yet convinced, this whole outing with the Navy should convince you. This is not a visit put together for the civilian Harry Mountbatten Windsor. I promise you. William took a boat to the mangrove forest, and hence Harry also had to be photographed in a boat on the water and actually outdo his brother and visit a naval exercise put on just for him. And you want to tell me that they would do it for a civilian? No, this is indeed 100% proof that this was a royal visit, one of which the palace was well aware. And you cannot tell me this wasn't done for the public to draw comparisons. But okay, I digress. I think the second thing, or the alternative, is to get Meghan to agree to live at least part of the year in England. She will not go back permanently and do unpaid royal duties again, and Harry will not leave the children in America. Now, I do not know it for sure, but I think it may very well be that there was some pressure or money or a favour granted for Meghan to get offered this cameo role playing herself. It is a foot in the door, and it would be ideal for Meghan to pick up her acting again, because she can fly back and forth like she did when she was in Suits. Now, we won't go further into this speculation or daydream, because the plan extends a little further than that, but we won't give the game away, will we? Anyway, it won't be anything new either, because Sarah Ferguson played herself in an episode of Friends. The problem for everybody, or the problem I'm sure you and I can both see, is what about William and Catherine, the future king and queen? I do not have to go through everything which had happened since Harry and Meghan left the monarchy until now. The accusations of racism leaking through amid scabies that it was Charles and Catherine who questioned their baby's colour, blah, blah, blah. We've all been here. We know exactly how damaging and how hurtful some of these accusations were. Do we remember what the squaddies did when Catherine was sick? Or have we forgotten the almost 3,000 pieces of hate mail Catherine received after the Oprah interview? How about trying to forget about Harry saying that he wished he could help William and Catherine's children not to go through the same stuff he did? No, we have not forgotten any of it. So now I have to ask you, how can we expect William and Catherine to ever forgive or to ever trust Harry and Meghan again? The shit they came out with was not small fry. It was fairly significant and dangerous and damaging. Now, I'm not Catherine or William, but if I had gone through the same stuff they did, I would not want either in my home or near my children. And my dear friends, there's yet another issue with regards to Harry's Canadian visit. Although much of it seems to be suppressed, there are a number of people whose posts actually made it onto the internet and are still there for us to see. You see, Harry received a Quilt of Valor. Tradition dictates that to be eligible for a Quilt of Valor in Canada, you must be a member of the Canadian Armed Forces, serving, or a veteran who has served in combat, who has become ill or injured as a result of the service. Well, Harry never served in the Canadian Armed Forces, nor is he ill or injured. I'll post a few comments on the screen and you can stop the video and read them. It is sad, really, and one's heart breaks for those veterans who truly deserve these honors. Okay, guys, I think you can hear by my voice that I had enough for today. I see the sickos went to Kris Jenner's birthday party. But sorry, guys, I just don't care about that shit anymore. Good for them. I hope they had a massive hangover today and may their asses itch with the wiggles of 1,000 worms when they wake up. And with that gross image, I bid you goodbye until tomorrow. Please take care, stay safe, bye.